Boom, 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 chickadee chanker. How we all doing, lads and lasses? Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for stopping by. Late one tonight, Monday analysis time. Wasn't able to get one out to you earlier on in the day, but I'm here. It's Monday night. It's about 9:25. I'm only 5 minutes late, so that's actually pretty decent for me. But anyway, I hope you're all having a good one. Thank you very much for stopping by. I can see there's a bunch of you in here already. The Toxic Stan, Jarvis Cocker, DJ Samwell, Kieran Kennedy. Everybody else, thank you very much for getting in here as well. Late impromptu show, I guess you could say. Bit unscheduled, but let's roll with it. Anyway, it's been a bit of a bad weekend, hasn't it, for Manchester United, really? Could have been worse, I suppose, with that whole VAR, saving us at the end. But Manchester United did go away to Goodison Park, and we freaking melted, didn't we? Chelsea bottled it against Bournemouth. We just needed to capitalise, and we didn't do that because we've done that about 10 times already this season, where any time Chelsea bottle it, we just seem to go and bottle it too. Hi to TJ, Derby County Fan TV, how you doing? Says, Pig looking forward to lacking Gashford United on Thursday. Nice one, Derby County TV. Great stuff, great to have you in here. I personally think you're going to struggle, I'll be honest now. I know you've got Wayne Rooney, but, come on. He's at his best years. And plus, listen, Derby County, they're just gash, aren't they? So, no offence, we're gonna rough them up on Thursday, but thanks very much for getting in here with your optimism. Very, very much appreciated. Matty Rush, how you doing, Matt Rush? Ian T, The Saint, G Wolf, Chris Johnson, Demir Lassina, Matt Lewis, Josh Drain, Chris Johnson, I've said you again, but that's fine. Razak, how you all doing? Thanks so much for getting in here tonight on Monday Analysis Little Late Show. Right, so where do we begin then? Obviously, the dust has settled from the game yesterday. In hindsight, it's not the worst result in the world going to Goodison Park and getting the draw against Everton, coming away with a point, especially after the start we had to the game. But the fact of the matter is, let's address the elephant in the room. David De Gea. The fact of the matter is, maybe if he hadn't made that absolutely gas-tastic, horrendous mistake at the start of the game, Manchester United might have actually won that game. Who's to say? Nobody knows, goals change games, absolutely. But who's to say that wouldn't have happened? I think David De Gea, he's had some issues recently. I think if you go back to the start of last season, I saw some stats earlier that suggested that David De Gea has actually made the most errors in terms of errors that lead to goals since the start of last season in the Premier League, along with, who was it? I think Jordan Pickford as well, maybe Dubravka as well. But either way, that is not a flattering stat for David De Gea. Now, if you look at shots stopped and other aspects of goalkeeping, I'm sure he rates very, very highly. But in terms of errors, unfortunately, errors at Manchester United for David De Gea, they have crept into his game over the last year or so. There's no doubt in that, because the previous sort of 5 or 6 years before that, he was very, very solid. I remember when he first came in as an absolutely skinny-looking sort of prisoner of war type player. Came in, 18 years of age, Fergie brought him in, and he was an absolute little wimp in terms of coming for, corners and aerially and things like that, and he did make a fair few errors right at the start, and there was a lot of calls to not stick with David De Gea and not try and persevere with him and help him progress and become one of the top keepers in the world. A lot of people didn't think he could do it, but then he found his feet after a year. He really became a top quality keeper and then just continued to flourish and progress and turn into one of the very best keepers in the world. So he obviously has got a lot of talent. The problem is he's just let the errors creep into his game, and I don't even know how. It's like, if you look at that goal the other day against Everton, I mean, he is absolutely freaking lingered on that one like a pedo at a pool party, David De Gea. What is he doing? He's got the ball. Go and do something with it. Get rid of it. It still angers me. It still angers me. I just think, what are you doing? He's on it for about 10 seconds. I have no idea what he's doing. Just clear it, pass it out. It's crazy. It's like fundamentally just ridiculous. Like, you don't understand what's going on. It's not like a typical goalkeeping error. It's just more like a complete dawdling calamity from David De Gea. And I was really unimpressed when I saw that. Very disappointed because, like I say, he's a quality keeper. He just has had this period of making a few too many errors, and you can't deny that. So he's error prone. He's probably low on confidence now. I mean, his head dropped. To be fair to David De Gea, he made some great saves in that Everton game. I mean, let's be perfectly honest now. He made some fantastic saves. There was one right after that where Manchester United just melted after we conceded, and I think Calvert-Lewin it was again was clean through on goal. He's made a great fingertip save to stop him. There was some at the end. Look, David De Gea has done some absolute bits for Manchester United over the years. Do you know what I mean? He has done some serious bits in terms of being our best player for the last 5 or 6 seasons, really. So I think he does deserve in my opinion, I know I've just said all those things, and I know Roy Keane has said a lot of things which we'll get onto in a minute, but in all honesty, like, David De Gea at Manchester United, yeah, he's a great goalkeeper. He's an absolutely great goalkeeper. He's a fantastic shot stopper, one of the best in the world. The errors, he's got to cut them out. He's got to concentrate. He's got to stop being such a little ninny out there and making these costly errors for Manchester United. Because if he continues to do it, and he's continued to do it for a little while now, but if he does continue to do it, United are going to have to look at other options. Now, there's people calling about, Dean Henderson, calling for Dean Henderson. There's people saying maybe Sergio Romero could just come in and do the job. Should David De Gea be dropped? That's the question I want to pose in this video, because a lot of people I'm seeing on social media are saying that David De Gea has had his day, he's not good enough anymore, his head's gone, he's a little Spanish melter, or whatever it is that people are saying. I've seen a lot of it. And I just want to know what you guys really think about it. I'll tell you my opinions on it. Very frustrating, isn't it? I mean, come on, David. What is your major malfunction here, Private Pile? I don't understand it. Sort yourself out, honestly. Like, just basic stuff that. There's no defending that sort of dawdling on the ball and costing nearly the game. Let's be honest now, the VAR incident at the end, things could have gone very differently that day. David De Gea has had a calamity at the start, and it's just been a complete uphill struggle since then. I mean, I sort of agree with what Roy Keane has said, to be fair. Let's get on to Roy Keane then. Hey, everybody who's tuning in right now, thank you very much for stopping by for Monday Analysis. Please do us a favour if you are in here. Smash a cheeky little like on this video. Leave a little thumbs up rating on it. Also, if you could give it a share on social media, that would be bloody awesome. I've got to do that too. So I'm just going to go and give it a share right now. If you guys want to head over to Twitter, any of you that are on there, and also share it, that would be fantastic. But thank you to everybody that is tuning in right now. So let's get on to Roy Keane's comments. And I love Roy Keane, I absolutely love Roy Keane. I don't know if you saw that thing from the other week where Carragher and Keane are debating who gets into, the best sort of United 11 out of Manchester United players and this modern day Liverpool side and all this stuff. And Carragher obviously said Ryan Giggs should be left out in favour of Mane. And just the look on Roy Keane's face. Oh, Roy Keane. I love Roy Keane. Don't ever change Roy Keane. That's what I would say. He's not going to. There's no chance of Roy Keane changing. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, he absolutely slammed David De Gea. He slammed him. He's bent him over here. And he's done David on this one. So let's talk about it then. He said, I'd kill him. Crikey, a little bit sinister straight from the off from Roy there. But, we've come to expect it, to be fair. We've come to expect it. He said he'd do Alfing Haaland again if he got the opportunity. And, I 100% believe him. Fair play to him. He is a bit of a sinister individual. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, he said, I'd kill him. Kill him. So he didn't even just say I'd kill him. He actually said, I'd kill him. And then he had to reaffirm just the significance and the importance of kill him. So he said it one more time. But anyway, he said, what is David De Gea waiting for? It's crazy. There's almost a bit of arrogance to him. I would have lynched him at half time. There are no excuses. So, lynching, killing, stuff like that. I mean, fair play to Roy Keane, in all honesty. I'd probably do the same if I was in there, because there's no excuse for that. It's not like sometimes you see goalkeepers make absolute howlers where, they mishandle a ball, or they miss a ball in the air or something like that, but they're actually going for it. They're trying. It's just an error. It's a mistake. Whereas this one is just a completely unforced error, where it's literally like you could have done something with it 5 seconds ago. You've got plenty of space, couple of options, and he just keeps hold of it, and then he's closed down by Calvert-Lewin. And it's just an absolute one of those complete nightmare situations for a goalkeeper, but he shouldn't have put himself in that situation as a goalkeeper. I mean, it's just dangerous. I understand what Roy Keane's saying, because he's saying he's arrogant to think that he can just stay on the ball like that, dawdle on the ball like that. He's being closed down by opposition striker. Come on, mate. I mean, I fully agree with Roy Keane on this one. He's had an absolute shithouse moment out there, David De Gea. And what is he actually waiting for as well? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, the options are not opening up in front of him. There's not very many options. Just hoof it up the bloody pitch, David, then. He said these are vital moments for United. They're chasing top four. It could cost them dear. Thankfully, they got back into the game. As a player, I would lynch him at half-time. It's just not good enough. But that's certainly, in my opinion, one thing that United could do with in this day and age is a Roy Keane-type character. One of these no-nonsense, proper leaders, captains, tough guys. That's what we have been sort of lacking over the years. I love the way Bruno plays and how he leads out there, but I'm talking about just a bit of an animal out there, you know. Roy Keane was that. Maybe football has changed. And Roy Keane, like you say, you know, I don't know if there's many lynchings going on at halftime these days from players. Maybe there is. It depends on the player, depends on the team, but it definitely doesn't happen as much as it did a few years ago, where sometimes, you know, dressing rooms would fully govern themselves like that. So I do think that Roy Keane's absolutely spot on, to be fair. And if I was a teammate of David De Gea's, I'd be saying, like, what the hell are you doing there, mate? Honestly, it's ridiculous. It's not a flapping error. It's nothing like that. It can be avoided. It's not even like... Remember that old famous clip that the guy goes to throw the ball out, he just sort of spins 180 and throws it into his own net? It's actually worse than that, in my opinion, because that's just a genuine sort of mistake. He's just completely misjudged it, whereas this one's just an unnecessary inviting the opposition onto you whilst you just hold on the ball right in front of the goal for no point other than just to be a dawdling little melter. Very disappointed. Yeah, I mean, he's right. You know, we did get back into the game. Bruno Fernandes, absolutely fantastic. We'll talk about him in a little moment. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that and say, you know, Roy Keane is absolutely right in what he's saying. David De Gea has had a complete mare, and, you know, I don't know. What do you guys think? Should he be dropped? Should he remain as the goalkeeper? I personally think Solskjaer should keep their faith in him right now, because he has been a great servant to United over the years. He has been a great player. I know that's not the popular view at the moment. I've seen a lot of people saying that De Gea should be dropped, regardless, even if it's just to give him a kick up the arse or to try and get his head straight or whatever and work on some things. But I don't think we should. I think we should actually stick with David De Gea. He's a top-class goalkeeper. He's saved us so many points over the years. If you think about the impact he's had over the last 5-6 years, I mean, I think he's won the Player of the Year pretty much freaking every one of those years. The guy's an absolute animal for United. So to say that he's finished at his age as well is kind of ridiculous, because he's still got a lot to offer. He's still a top keeper. If he wasn't a top keeper at United, he'd be a top keeper somewhere else around the world. And at the moment, I think he's the best option that we got. You know, we got Romero, who's obviously a great keeper and looks fantastic. But David De Gea is just a more sort of proven goalkeeper at the top level for United consistently over the last 6 or 7 years. Romero's been that bit part secondary cup sort of player, which is great, and he looks solid. He's a great option. I wouldn't actually be mad at seeing Sergio Romero start some more games. But, you know, Dean Henderson, young one. But really, David De Gea should be had the faith shown in him a little bit here. Razak, how you doing, mate? Thank you to everybody that's getting in here, by the way. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. It says I've got a bit of a video issue here. So I was messing around with some settings earlier because I've started to sort of upgrade the computer. Shout out to everybody that helps me, by the way, on the channel by, supporting on Patreon or, doing any of the things that you do to support the channel in that way, because we are putting it back into the channel. Things are going to improve and get better on the channel here. Apart from right now where it says video output low. But either way, I do hope that that we stick with David De Gea for the time being. I know that there's a lot of you that don't. If you look at Razak's comment there, he's not interested in seeing David De Gea play at all. Ian T says keep him. Glenn, how are you doing, Glenn? He comments, De Gea is having complexes about not being a sweeper keeper, trying to emulate Edison, etc. It's quite an interesting thing that you said there, to be fair, because, yeah, David De Gea, he's more of that sort of classic sort of a shot stopper. He's not really the most sort of sweeper keeper type of goalkeeper that there is around, that's for sure. But he is obviously a very, very good goalkeeper in all aspects, so I'm not saying he can't do that sort of stuff. But it's just silly stuff. You shouldn't keep hold of the ball in that situation and allow yourself to be closed down. It's just fundamentals. Like, you just don't do that. You're just literally risking a goal at any moment if you do that sort of thing. Connor DeBeek says we miss Rashford. That's 100% the case. I mean, any team without Rashford at the moment would be struggling. He was one of our best players all season long for sure. The goals that he was scoring, we're absolutely missing them. So yeah, injury problems have really hampered United this season. We missed some big players for a long period. We've finally got Bailey and McTominay back, and that should definitely help us out. Sam Ingram, Matt Rush is above you actually. He says I would rest him. dropped. Fair play, yeah. I mean, maybe give him a game or two off, like I was saying. Maybe give him a little bit of a kick up the arse, or try and get his head straight, or maybe it just takes the pressure off as well the next game. Because, you know, the next game that David De Gea plays, which I'm guessing is not going to be the Derby County game, I'd imagine that will be Romero. But against Man City, say, in the Derby, fucking hell, I don't know if it's a good game for him, because obviously the pressure's going to be on him from the off after that absolute calamity in the last game. You know, there's going to be a lot of eyes on David De Gea. Maybe City will be testing him a little bit with some long-range little dippers, chicken dippers, and you might just see David De Gea flap a little bit. But if he's not playing in that game, then obviously that removes the element of the mistakes happening. But it also stops us from having one of the best goalkeepers in the world on his day. And like I said, in that Everton game, he absolutely smashed it up, didn't he? Apart from that, he made some great saves. Apart from that moment, he was pretty damn solid throughout that game and made some fantastic saves. Sam Ingram says, Dear Flying Pig, David De Gea has been making mistakes for ages, and Gabriel Marcotti believes he is an outdated goalkeeper from the Sir Alex Ferguson era. I mean, you know, he was a young whippersnapper when Sir Alex got in. He is, you know, a relic, if you want to call it that, from the Sir Alex Ferguson days, and we don't have too many of them in the side currently, that's for sure. But you know, I think he's not really an outdated goalkeeper, because he's still in the prime of his goalkeeping career. He absolutely is. In fact, he can get better. Some say the best sort of years for a goalkeeper is from like 30 to 35, or even 32 to 36 these days. So we'll see. I mean, I still think David De Gea has a heck of a lot to offer Manchester United. I understand what you're saying, though. The stats do not lie. If you look at the amount of errors that he's made that have led to goals, he's right up there with the gashest of the gash since the start of last season, which is quite a significant time frame to call upon as well. It's not just like this season. It's like over the course of over a year, he's been making a gash amount of errors, just as bad as anybody in the entire league. That's not good. That's really not good. But, you know, he has been in a struggling side as well. That doesn't help for confidence. He's had a ropey backline, you know, especially going into last season. I don't know. I mean, I would stick with him. If I was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I would stick with him just to show that confidence in him and hope that you get the best David De Gea that you can get. Because sometimes you do see a bit of a ropey David. I think that's fair to say. Everybody, thank you very much for getting in here. You're a bunch of bloody legends on this Monday evening late show. Matt Lewis says, we can't drop him, he's too good. Sort of how I feel, really. He is too good. I mean, even though he makes these calamitous errors every now and then, he's just a great goalkeeper. How many does he save us? How many points does he save us as well? Because we could have lost that game if not for David De Gea in that one. I mean, if you're talking about the VAR incident, just before that VAR incident, David De Gea has made an absolute fantastic save. And then, you know, somebody's put it back in there. It's come off Maguire's inside of his boot and gone just into the corner, and it was ruled out for offside with Sigurdsson, you know, being done for obstruction there. I mean, let's just talk about that, actually, because that is a massive point of contention from the game yesterday. Sigurdsson in the way, Calvert-Lewin shot, he's on the ground, he's in an offside position, David De Gea on the goal line, the ball goes in past Sigurdsson, and Sigurdsson has to move his legs out of the way, and it goes to the back of the net. So many people, every Everton supporter, many neutrals, think that VAR helped United out here. But, I mean, I personally think, I can understand it both ways, I really can, because it does look like, from where David De Gea is, his view's probably not that obstructed that much. But the fact is, Sigurdsson's in an offside position, he's in front of De Gea, and he physically has to move out of the way of the ball in order for it to go in there. It's almost like a bloody matador with a bull or something, just whipping it away at the last second. It's confusing for David. Personally, I think that was the correct decision, because he was obstructing play. Now, I know he's on the floor, but what if David De Gea wanted to make, I don't know, like a forward diving save as well? Like, you know, just wants to get down, you know. He could have been obstructed him in that way as well. He's very, very close to him. So I think that it was definitely obstruction. If I was to go up and stand in front of a goalkeeper and then just move out the way at the last minute, and you're using yourself as some sort of a human vision shield, and you're in an offside position and they're just smashing Roberto Carlos-esque shots at goal non-stop. You know, that's not football, is it? You've got the offside rule is there for the reason to stop that sort of lingering play there. So, yeah, I think that it was the right decision. I'll just say it right now. VAR got it right. VAR's got most of United's decisions right. Maybe some people saying that Harry Maguire did lash out and kick what's his name in the bloody bollocks the other day. Could have been a red card. Sure, it could have been. Also, he could have just it could have been perceived as he was just protecting himself, which is how I perceived it. Anyway. So VAR, I think that incident shouldn't really be debated about. I think that it was definitely an obstruction of David De Gea's sort of vision, and a little bit of just a dirtbag trickery. It's not Sigurdsson trying to do it; he's just getting out of the way. Yeah, fair play. But by the letter of the law, I think that should be chalked off. Thank you very much for your comment, Matt Lewis. Bernardine says De Gea have saved us so many times. Keep him. Thank you very much, Bernard, for getting in here. I'm with you. The Shield of Ballycastle comments, I love it. I haven't seen you for a while, the Shield of Ballycastle. I miss you. I miss you because there's no name on YouTube I like saying better than the Shield of Ballycastle. He says, so David De Gea too many mistakes and sign Oblak. Fair play. He has made too many mistakes. He is worth a lot of money as well. I don't know how much money he's worth compared to, before all these mistakes started to happen like a year ago, because I'm sure he was worth, somewhere near £100 million for a goalkeeper. If we're being totally honest, with Edison and Alisson a couple of years ago, the market coming on, you would think he'd be somewhere close to that figure, plus what he brings to his side, and he's a big name and a great goalkeeper, Spain international, etc., etc., etc. If you were Real Madrid or Atletico or Barca, I wouldn't have sold him for less than 100 mil. Fact is, for a goalkeeper, that's an insane amount of money, and maybe United could invest that better in the side, but in all honesty, I think he's done so much for this football club, he definitely deserves to be given a lot more time than he has done, and to try and cut these errors out of the game. But fair play. Matty Rush's day has been great for us, not the best in the world anymore. I hate to say, yeah, you can't be the best in the world when you make silly errors like he has done. And both on an international stage as well. Like, I don't know if any of you watched David De Gea for Spain much. Only doing the sort of major tournaments. But when I've seen him play for Spain, he's not been, maybe in a couple of games, but he's not really been like that absolutely unbelievable match-winning goalkeeper really ever in the games that I've seen him for Spain. He's always been a little bit of a error-prone for Spain. So yeah, I think there's something to that. He's probably not up there with the best in the world right now. As sad as it is to say, if you're going on sort of Premier League this season, even into last season, and the performers in the Premier League, and of course you can say your Neuers and your Oblaks, and these guys are all around the world. But in the Premier League, Edison and Alisson even, yeah, they're probably at this moment in time better goalkeepers in better form than David De Gea. So that is absolutely annoying, because we used to have the best goalkeeper in the world, and he still could be. It's not that fickle. If he puts together a nice run now, people consider him as one of the best goalies in the world. I mean, remember that Spurs performance. When was that Spurs performance? Was it last year or was it this season at the start? I think it was last year. Remember when we played Spurs? And they could have beaten us 10-0 or something. It was ridiculous. And he just stopped absolutely everything. And it was just one of those just unbelievable, magical goalkeeper performances where he hasn't put a foot wrong. He saved us about 10 times. And literally we had no right to win that game whatsoever. And there's been loads of situations like that. So people do have a short memory, is what I'm saying. There's been so many situations where David De Gea has come to United's rescue time and time and time again. Think of the Moisey era, think of the Louis van Gaal era, the Jose. It's all been very, very gash for United. And David De Gea, why is he getting player of the month every other bloody month? And why is he getting player of the season and stuff like that for us? Because he's the one saving our bacon the most. Hey Gungshi, how you doing, mate? Thank you very much for getting in here. Great to see you, buddy. Thanks very much for stopping by. He comments and says, the good De Gea has done far outweighs the bad. I agree with you, Gunga. It's always great to see Gungshi and fully agree. What has he done really that's bad? That's that bad? If you factor the good versus the bad, I agree with you. Come on, the good. It's he's good, and he's bad. It's not even close. He's so much better over the course of the last 5 or 6 years than he's showing over the last year. There's something has maybe happened in his mind. I don't know. You saw towards the end of last season, there was talk of it being up, his mentality maybe being upset. He was a little bit jaded because there was speculation of him linking to moves away, and also the fact that there was contract negotiations and things like this, and there was a lot of talk about whether he'd even be a United player much longer. And if that, with that overhanging maybe you've got your eye off the ball a little bit. And towards the end of last season, I must say, the last couple of months, David De Gea was absolutely garbage for Manchester United. He really was. He was nowhere near to the level that he had been. He was making errors left, right and centre. Very uncharacteristic of David De Gea. And I sort of put it down to the whole contract negotiation thing on that business. But look, it doesn't have that excuse right now. So what is it that is stopping David De Gea from performing and just being a solid, well mentally balanced goalkeeper between the sticks? That's what you need. You don't need somebody who's low on confidence. You don't need somebody who's a melter. And the fact of the matter is, goalkeepers, it's one of those confidence positions. I've said it before, but think about like Joe Hart. I remember I went to see Birmingham versus Manchester United at St Andrews in, I don't know when it was, 2011, and we drew 1-1. And Joe Hart's the only reason that Manchester United and Birmingham City drew 1-1. It was a shit game, but he had a great game. He got I think he got bloody player of the season either that year or the next year. Obviously went back to City and just had a great few seasons. Great couple of seasons for England. Fantastic goalkeeper Joe Hart. Pep Guardiola comes in, wants to play a different way. He goes on, moves on. Suddenly he's a melter. It's like he had a psychological meltdown, Joe Hart, to the point where now he's a laughingstock of a goalkeeper. How does that even happen? Same sort of thing, David James. David James melt job. There's lots of incidences where goalkeepers have just lost it mentally. Think about what a fantastic goalkeeper Fabien Barthez was for PSG and over in France. Well, I tell you what, for United, he was a bloody melter. He wasn't. He was. He's good. Something, but just error. I don't know what it was. Some sort of a mental block at United. Who remembers those days? Unreal. But yeah, thank you very much for whoever commented there. I can't remember now. We've actually got a super chat coming here from Kieran Kennedy, mate. Thank you very much. I hope I'm pronouncing that. Is it Kyron? Is it Kieran? Either way, Mr. Kennedy. Thanks so much for getting in here with your super chat. He says, have a pint on me, pig. Love the content. Keep it coming. Thanks so much for that, Kieran Kennedy. You're a top bloody man. Yeah, I will have a pint, actually. I'll probably go for a cheeky Heineken. Thank you very much, Kyron. Nice one, or Kieran. I've had mares. Michael Collins, always great to see you. Clam J, great to see you. Clam J thinks the referee was a total frickin' noncer. He had a mare from the start to finish, needs spectating. He was a garbage referee, that didn't help us. He was absolutely ridiculous. Could have cost us the game, actually. Because you have to remember Sigurdsson is a fantastic free kick taker, set-piece player. He's hurt us before in the past with fantastic direct free kicks. And he was basically gifting loads to them at the end of the game there. That one incident with Fred with the handball, I just couldn't believe it. Like, the referee had an actual mare, and there was loads of times throughout the game where he had a mare. Ancelotti's probably happy to get the draw in the end. He goes over at the end, and he sends him off too. He was just absolutely card happy. There's so many yellow cards in that game. It was just very poor officiating, I thought, which didn't help us out at all. Hey, there's a whole bunch of you legends in here tuned in right now. Thanks very much for getting in here, and please do smash a little like on this video. Give it a thumbs up if you're stopping by for the late night Monday analysis. Normal service will be resumed. So basically, just to let you know as well, anybody that's interested or about what's coming on the channel this week. So Thursday obviously is Derby County watch along and reaction, all that good stuff. Wednesday, usually it's Pig and the Hen show. But what I'm going to have to do, because I've got a dentist appointment at 11:20 on Wednesday. I didn't realise what day it was. And it's on the Wednesday at 11:20, so I'm having a tooth extracted. I'm probably not going to be fit to do a show later in that day. So I'm waiting to hear back from Henry. There may be a Pig and the Hen show tomorrow, as a replacement Pig and the Hen show, full Pig and the Hen show tomorrow. If not, it will be on the Thursday before, the Derby County game and stuff. So just to let everybody know, it's not going to be Wednesday. It may be tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow we'll find our way. If only I could sing. Then Thursday, if not, it'll be on Thursday. Crikey. Bunch of bloody legends. Thanks for stopping by. Let's get back into your comments. See what you lads and lasses have to say for yourselves. Don Vito says, people forget he made 2 world-class saves against Everton. I said exactly the same thing at the start of the vid, mate. Like, he did make some great saves. He did absolutely make up for that mistake at the start of the game. If you think about the save he made immediately after and a couple at the end of the game, wow, David De Gea made some world-class saves in that game. So he saved us more often than he actually hurt us in that game. And that is the story for his whole Manchester United career. He has saved us way more often than he has hurt us over the course of his career, for sure. Andy1753 says, I'd rather play Phil Jones in goal. Fair play. Well, Phil Jones, he's a pretty decent goalkeeper, actually, All he's got to do is stand on the goal line and gun. And he's definitely going to put a few world-class strikers off with that face. I tell you. Illy United, how you doing, mate? He says, De Gea needs to be rested. Fair play. That is, I've heard that too. I do think that he might benefit from a rest of a game or two. Are you suggesting we play Romero for the City game? And obviously for the Derby County game as well, maybe that is a good option, you know. Just take some of the pressure off David right now, take some of the eyes off him right now. JP, how you doing, mate? Thank you very much for getting in here. It's always great to see JP. He says, I'm Phil Sexual. Fair play to you, JP. Yep, you do indeed seem to have some sort of a special relationship with Phil Jones. There's no doubt in it, mate. Thank you so much for getting here and sharing it. Batman Nightfriend says, who remembers O'Shea's goal against Arsenal? I watched that YouTube recommendation. Yeah, what a chip. Who would have thought it from Johnny O'Shea? Crikey, fantastic. Yeah, I loved that moment as well. John O'Shea, one of those sort of unsung heroes for Manchester United over the years. Just a sort of good utility backup player, but always gave his all for United. Those were the days, man. I tell you, when we had, you know, John O'Shea and Wes Brown and people like that, just as backup fodder, basically. Just as backups. That was good times. Andrikos, how you doing, says, we had so much trouble replacing Peter, we should not give up on him. Keane can shut the F up. Fair play, you know. Keane, I think, maybe did go in a little bit hard. To say that he'd have killed him and that he'd have lynched him and all this stuff and that he was arrogant. I mean, to be fair, I can't really fault Roy Keane for what he said. Like I say, because he's right, fundamentally right. There's no real reason for David De Gea to be dawdling on the ball like that. It's just lackadaisical. Maybe it is arrogant. I don't know what it is. I can't be touched. I don't know what it was, but he shouldn't have done that. And it cost him the ultimate, not the ultimate, but it cost him a goal. Yeah, you're right, though. Replacing Peter Schmeichel, I mean, crikey, what a nightmare that was. Like, Peter Schmeichel, the greatest goalkeeper I've ever seen in my life, for sure. And still haven't replaced him really, but it took us until Edwin van der Sar to really get a proper solid goalkeeper. We went through some guff, didn't we? I mean, who was there? Roy Carroll was absolutely garbage. Buddy Mark Bosnich was absolute clown. Who else was there? Was Raymond van der Gaal back up? We had Lindegaard back up for a while. These are not, no, this is after. I'm getting confused here. And then we had Barthez, of course, yeah, he was a bloody nightmare. Tim Howard wasn't bad, you know. Tim Howard was not bad. He's better than those other melters that I mentioned. And he, of course, was fantastic goalkeeper for Everton after that as well. But, yeah, I'd have to say, it was so hard to replace Schmeichel. When we got Van der Sar, that really was the best thing. Was Tim Howard after Van der Sar? I've got a shit memory. But anyway, yeah, great comment there. Thanks to everybody that's getting in here with the comments still. Dimir Lucina says, don't forget Luke Chadwick. Crikey, Luke Chadwick, eh? He's got a bloody Premier League medal, that man. Which is one more than bloody Steven Gerrard's got. Or maybe it's two, I can't remember now. Massimo Taibi, oh my days, Massimo Taibi. Letitia, oh my days, who remembers that moment? That was absolutely shocking. That's the biggest... do you know what? David De Gea's moment, I said it during the live stream the other day when I was doing the commentary, like, that is bloody Massimo Taibi-esque. You know, it's not like the ball's been shot at him and it's gone through his legs. I have more sympathy for Massimo Taibi in that situation than I do David De Gea. More sympathy for Massimo than I do David De Gea. That is it. That's it. Like, that's how bad David De Gea's era was. Like, it doesn't look as bad as Massimo Taibi's, in all honesty, because the replay just shows Calvert-Lewin waded in and directed it into goal. But in reality, it's worse than Massimo's. Massimo's just like, I don't know, it's gone through his leg there. He's completely misjudged it. It's an error, a flash error. Whereas David De Gea, man, that is like some awful premeditated shit almost. Yeah, Matt Lewis says... Roy Carroll and Howard repped it up a bit. The Music Fiend, how you doing? The Music Fiend says Tim Howard, US legend. Yeah, he is. He was a very good goalkeeper, actually. Do you know what I mean? I think he was better when he was bald. What I liked about Tim Howard is he had Tourette's syndrome as well, which, I'm talking about it like it's a positive thing, but, I just used to think it was funny, the thought, more so than actually ever seeing him doing it, of like just a striker coming down at him one-on-one, and then he's just like closing down. He's like... You fucking ass, just starts doing the old Tourette stuff. That would have been awesome. But anyway, thank you very much to everybody that is still getting in here. We're approaching the end of the Monday analysis now, but I did want to jump on, even though it was late, just to try and keep the daily content coming, really. Like I say, Pick of the Hen should hopefully be tomorrow. If not, that will be Thursday. But if there's no Pick of the Hen tomorrow, there'll definitely be some other content. And just so you guys know, we've done some upgrades with the computer RAM. We've got a graphics card on the way. There's going to be, just so you know, there's going to be some FIFA videos coming. Oh yeah, we're going to do some live streaming FIFA sessions during the day. That's what we're going to do. Some days when there's no games on during the day and there's nothing to do, videos about United and other stuff, we're going to do some United FIFA videos. So get in there, my son. Thank you to everybody that's been supporting the channel recently. You are truly a bunch of legends. Shout out to Ice Queen Gaming as well, who's got in here. Great to see you in here. Thank you very, very much for stopping by. Who do you think was the biggest melter of a goalkeeper that Manchester United have had since Peter Schmeichel left? Who is it? Let me know. I'd be very interested to see what you think. Nice one, yeah. Nice one, Matt Rush. Yeah, that's definitely going to be coming. There's going to be some FIFA videos and stuff like that on the channel. There's also going to be improved quality, improved camera, improved everything. Everything's getting improved. So shout out to everyone that has been supporting the channel in any which way that you do. And I just mean everybody, you know, who watches these videos and gets in here and interacts in the live chat with each other, with the community of the Bacon Brigade. And also, you know, just for watching. Thank you very much for being here. Smash a cheeky little like on this video. Nice one, right. Thank you very much. Yeah, Michael Collins, top quality. Matt Lewis says, I'm a PES player. You know, I used to play PES back in the day. There was a point in time, in all honesty, I'm guessing it was around about 2004, I think, to my knowledge, 2003, 2004, where PES was definitely miles ahead of FIFA. It was just a quicker, better, fluid game. Even though it didn't have, you know, the rights and all that, it was still just a way better game, and it was all about PES. But I've already played PES for years and years, and I know, obviously, the FIFA licenses and stuff, that does make it a much more glossy game than just having, like, you know, London Blues and stuff like that. But, yeah, I have to check it out. I haven't checked it out, man. Maybe I'll do a cheeky little PES frickin' video here and there as well. We'll see. Victor Valdez says, Danny, great shout, Danny. Victor Valdez, I mean, to be fair to Victor Valdez, he was actually a good keeper when he was at Barcelona. Maybe not that great, but he was still a Barcelona keeper who won a heck of a lot of stuff. But yeah, he was literally like just a backup for us. Like, what was that signing all about? Did we even ever play him? I don't even know if we ever played him. G. Wolf thinks Bosnich. You know, who remembers that goal Roy Carroll conceded? I think it was against Spurs, where they've hoofed it from the halfway line or whatever. And he's just sort of pushed it onto his chest, and it's definitely gone over the line. And yet it wasn't actually given as a goal. Who remembers that? But yeah, there's been some true melters at Manchester United in the goalkeeper position. I don't think David Gea falls into that category at all. He's too damn good. Matt Rush says, check your PayPal, pig. I'll just check it out. Thank you very much, Matt Rush. Let's have a look. Oh, Matty Rush! Thank you so much, Matt Rush, for getting in here with the PayPal donation there. You bloody legend. I mean, seriously, thank you very much for the support on the channel today, mate. Hero. He's only lending me his bloody season ticket in a few bloody weeks. Matt Rush, ladies and gentlemen, honestly. Honestly, Matt, thank you very much. He comments and says, little donation, piggy, as I will be at the City game on Sunday. Loving the content. Best on YouTube, Matt Rush. Matt Rush, man. You reached out through that screen there. And he touched the piggy's heart. Thank you so much there, Matt Rush. Nice man. Nice one, man. And a nice man, too. Crikey, Crikey, Gungshi's got in here as well. Gungers, you're also a top man as well. Thank you very much for getting in here, Gungshi. He's commented and said, I think De Gea still does enough good for us to justify continuing to play him, but he really can't afford any more howlers. Thank you so much for the support there, Gungshi, mate. And yeah, fully agree with what you're saying. He's done so much over the years to really help out Manchester United and saved our asses so many... God, why did I say that like American? He saved our asses, bro! But yeah, he has saved our asses a whole bunch of times. And fair play to him. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world, even now with these, 7 or 8 goal errors that he's given away since the start of last season. He's still one of the best goalkeepers in the world, man. He is. Shot stopping. He's fantastic. And he's proven that over the years as well. He's absolutely proven that over the years. But yeah, certainly the last year, errors have crept into his game. I hope that he cuts these howlers out. You're right. If he gets another hat, like let's say Ole Gunnar Solskjaer shows the faith in him on Sunday, and he does actually start him, and he makes a howler at any point in that game. Crikey, man! I mean, he's gonna he's going to take a real knock to the confidence. Solskjaer's going to be doubting whether he should be playing De Gea. The fans will be doubting whether De Gea's finished and maybe we should look to move him on. His value will be going down. You know, it has a knock-on effect. It is, it's important that De Gea gets back in there and starts performing. So I agree with you, Gungshi. I wouldn't drop him right now. Like I say, I mean, I could understand dropping him and I could understand giving him an arrest or a kick up the arse and giving Romero an opportunity. But me personally, I would still select David De Gea in the side every single day of the week right now because he's the best, one of the best goalies in the world. Certainly the best goalkeeper that we've got on our day. All our goalkeepers on their day. David De Gea's, you know, got that X factor. Thank you so much for that, Gungshi. Thank you so much for that, Matt Rush. Bloody legends. Also, Ryan Burberspin9 sending in a super chat here with a Phil Jones emoji. Say no more. Say no more, Ryan Burberspin9, you know? Oh my days. Oh, by the way, there is going to be a Miss Piggy emoji coming and a couple of other emojis coming for any of the channel members. Anybody who wonders, these people in green here, as you can see over in the live chat, they are channel members. And I haven't seen them in here tonight, but I want to just, again, shout out Mark Dolman for actually becoming a crazy. So there's a tier list here, and he's a crazy. And that is actually crazy. So if you missed me thanking him in the last video during the watch-along, I think it was, I just want to say, if you're watching this at a later date, Mark Dolman, which I'm assuming you are, if you're that much of a crazy supporter of this channel that you would become a crazy, you're bloody crazy, mate. But thank you very, very much. Nice one. Nicola Mrs. Piggy, how you doing, love? Thank you very, very much for getting in here. It's the missus, ladies and gentlemen. She's just stopped by cheekily at the end here. Hope you're having a good evening, love. Thank you very much for stopping by and showing your support there. JP comments Chong to Inter. Yeah, I mean, Chong... Yeah, I mean, look, I just don't really... I'm not really been that impressed by Chong, to be fair. He's a decent sort of a player. He looks a good prospect. I expect him to go on to have the sort of same career as maybe like a... I don't know, you know, like Gabriel Overton or something. Maybe that's harsh. Maybe that is harsh. But I hope that he surprises me. I hope that we keep him. He turns into Ruud Gullit. I truly, really, truly do. But from what we've seen this season, he just hasn't progressed that much. He hasn't taken those opportunities. He might be doing it for the under-23s or whatnot, but I haven't seen him do it in the first team at all. Not at all. He's been very bitterly disappointing all season long, really, whenever we've seen him. And to be fair to him, we've not seen him that much. I did see that Angel Gomez has signed a new contract, though, lads and lasses. Come on! I think that's a good one for the future, you know. He's still a young lad. Good one for the future. Let's see what happens with him. And I think he's further ahead of Chong, in my eyes. You know, when you're signing players like United have to right now, we just signed Bruno Fernandes. We're probably going to have to sign a top-quality winger. It's going to be difficult for players like Chong and Angel Gomez to break into the side. But they absolutely can do, and I think Gomez has probably got a better chance of doing that, let's say, next season than Chong. I better have a sip of me 7-Up. Michael Collins says, Illa needs a Goldbridge emoji. Batman says, no cup of tea. No, fortunately, there's no cup of tea tonight. We're on the 7-Up. There's no risks being taken tonight. We don't want no Mrs. Cups of Teas tonight, that's for sure. Paul Lucas said, maybe if Chong cut his hair, he would have less wind resistance. That's very, very true. Very true. I don't know if it worked for Marouane Fellaini, though, did it? Because Marouane, I haven't really seen much of Marouane, obviously, since he left United, and he sort of got that haircut around about that same time. Before that, he always had the massive afro, and he was always sort of, a big absolute lummox out there, you know, flopping around the gaff, but it was always okay. Anybody know? How's Marouane Fellaini doing now? How is he doing? How is Marouane? How is Marouane? New segment of the show every week. How's Marouane? No, honestly, what's he up to? Is he doing good stuff? Is he doing some bits? Thank you very much to you for the question there. JP comments, Melter of the moment, David De Gea. Oh, hang on, your comment's just gone. Where is it? David De Gea, Wilder, or Ancelotti? Well, I'll tell you what, JP. You'll have to come back on either Tuesday or Thursday to see the Pick of the Hen show to find out who my Melter of the moment is. You think I'm just going to give that one away right now? I mean, if you look at last week's show, though, it's not changed from Wilder. I do think Wilder was an absolute melter with his post-match statement and all that stuff that he came out with. And to be fair, he's melted even more by releasing that video as well, hasn't he? Absolute melt job. Gungshi says, if you upgrade to crazy, do you get a free pig hat? Or at least an old sock or something? Gungshi, I don't know how comfortable I am sending you one of my old socks, my friend. But I tell you what, Gungers, you've absolutely deserved one of these pig hats. Send it to you, my friend. So what I'll do, for any of the major Bacon Brigade, what I want to do is I'm going to do it. I'm going to get a box of these hats, right? But they have to be special hats. They're going to have to be up to the pig standard. We're going to even get, Nickel and Mrs. Piggy to sew some little Mr. Flying Pig HD or Flying Pig United labels into them, right? And then we're going to ship them out to the Bacon Brigade. There's going to be a limited amount of these, but Gongji, yeah, absolutely, you can have one of them, my friend, no doubt about it. For all the support you've shown the channel over the years, you deserve the signed Flying Pig hat. I don't know why you would want one of those, but like you were saying, you did want one when you went to Japan just to keep you warm. They are very warm hats. They're very good. Yeah, Angel Gomez, get in there. I fully agree. I think that's a good bit of business for United to keep hold of him as well. Ryan Berberspin9 says, I miss Fellaini. He's in China. Yeah, he's over there. I wonder, it's obviously not going on at the moment, is it, the league? So I guess that's why I've just not really heard of anything, because usually you hear stuff going on. Hot Shot, how you doing, mate? Says, need to get on the Milner Ribena, mate. I don't know what that means. Sorry. What does that actually mean? Oh, yeah, I remember now, mate. Sorry, yeah. Sorry. James Milner loves the Ribena. I remember now. It's like one of those things. Who doesn't love Ribena, though, to be fair? Like, I'm not even being funny. Like, out of all the still drinks that are going in the UK, I'm a sucker for a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi, but I'm just talking about still drinks now, You got your Oasises, you got your Capri Suns. Capri or Capri? It's how you put it, I don't know. Semantics, but you've got your Oasises, you've got your Capri Suns. But the daddy of them all, still to this day, in the words of Deontay Wilder, is Ribena. That bit's not in the words of Deontay Wilder. That's in the words of James Milner. Matt Rush says, Bacon Brigade! That's it, it's not Bomb Squad. It's not Bomb Squad, it's Bacon Brigade! Maybe we should start doing that, maybe not. JP thinks the worst goalkeepers United have had since Peter Schmeichel was indeed Lindegaard and Roy Carroll. Lindegaard was pretty bang average, to be fair, but he was always sort of like a backup. It's kind of like saying Raymond van der Gaal was shite, but really, he's always supposed to be that shite backup. You never really saw Raymond van der Gaal. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know. The worst actual goalkeeper I probably saw for United, though, maybe it was Roy Carroll, but maybe Mark Bosnich as well. I thought he was bloody gash-tastic, to be fair. Never felt safe at the back when we had Mark Bosnich in goal at all. He's probably had his mind on, how much cocaine he had left in his sock that he was going to do at half-time and shit like that. Just not the most professional of players. And even when we had Bartes, oh my days, go and have a look. I don't know if it's even on YouTube, but I remember watching Manchester United play Deportivo La Coruña in the Champions League a couple of decades ago now, it must have been. And literally, Bartes gifts them 2 goals, and it's just awful goalkeeping, like Calamity stuff, and kind of like this David De Gea situation, and he did it twice in the same game. It was ridiculous, man. So you want to go and check that out if it's even possible, because that's the sort of error-prone, Massimo Taibi-esque guy we're talking about. But Bartes was a great keeper at other times, don't get me wrong. Matt Rush says, I don't miss Marouane, I hated him. Fair play. I mean, in a way, I kind of miss him. I know I really didn't like him at the time, but he did give us something, like off the bench, just to have a big lummox on there. He chipped in with a few goals here and there, important goals, but yeah, too much of a bloody liability. You don't want any David Moyes signings lingering around the gaff at all, do you? You don't want any David Moyes merchants in the gaff. Illa United loves a bit of Fellaini, says, Fellaini, one love. Batman Night Fan says, I love Ribena. Hotshot says, get on the merch, mate. Yeah, absolutely. I should do. I've got a few of the, one of your designs, actually. If you check out, I don't know if you can see the shelf below. Maybe you can't on the live stream or whatever. But there is a few t-shirts and stuff on there. And the Sort Your Life Out Double Daymare Flying Pig, that design, that is actually from Mr. Hotshot himself. So thank you very, very much. But yeah, I'll get on the merch. I definitely need to get some of these hats, don't I, for you lads and lads out there that want them, because everybody keeps going on about that. So it does make a lot of sense. And of course you'll get a little thank you note in there, written especially by the pig. Right, okay, I think we're going to come to an end of this one, lads and lasses. Unless anybody's got something pressing, any pressing issues they'd like me to respond to at the end of this video, just before we wrap things up. Hey, the Primot, how you doing? Great to see you've popped in here, mate. Thanks for stopping by. Says, love me a bit of afternoon bacon. How are you, Nicola Pigo Brigadiers? Thank you very much for getting in here, the Primot. We're all good. We're having a good one. It's a nice end to the Monday for me. Pop it on here, talking to you, lads and lasses. What more could a pig ask for, to be perfectly honest? So, yeah, thank you so much to all of you for stopping by and getting in here. I'm just going to read out a couple more comments and then I'm going to be on my merry way for the evening. But like I say, keep an ear out and an eye out and a cock out for the Pig in the Hen for the Pig in the Hen show tomorrow, if there is one. I haven't heard back from Henry. Have we still not heard back from Henry? Let's see if we've heard back from Henry. And the answer to that is no. But once we do hear back from Henry, hopefully there'll be a show tomorrow. If not, it will be rearranged for Thursday. Because if you've missed it, I am having my tooth extracted on this side of my face on the Wednesday at 11:20. So the afternoon show on the Wednesday is not going to be feasible this week. Oh yeah, come on, get in there then. Gungshi says, bring back Fellaini. Alex says, get more on there. What's that in reference to? Get more merchandise on there. Yeah, absolutely. I should do that. I should definitely get some more designs on there. I think that's what it's about. Hotshot says, yeah, man, seen the mugs, but that hat is a banging idea. Can totally see a scarf working as well. Bloody legend, yeah. I'm going to have to source like a proper flying pig hat, because there's lots of variations of this type of hat. I'm going to have to source a box of them, and I'm going to have to give them the flying pig touch and get them out to all the bacon and egg brigade, to be fair to you. Or just the bacon brigade. Bloody legends. K-Wars, how you doing, K-Wars? I didn't even see you in here, K-Wars, but thank you very much for getting in here with your super chat at the end, mate. He says, come on, United, we got City next, hope we batter them. Oh, my days, wouldn't that be amazing? I could see it happening as well, because we've actually done well against the top teams this season, and Solskjaer's done a great job against that baldy Pep. He really has done, you know, he's tucked him up like a couple of kippers this season already. So hopefully he continues to do that with a game over at the weekend, but to be fair, we got Derby County on Thursday, could be a tricky one, should batter them hopefully. Rooney coming back, really interested to see that one. So yeah, everybody who's in here and watching this later, make sure you do come back for the watch along on Thursday for the Derby County game, and also, of course, we'll be doing the City game as well. So come on, United, get in there, my son. Right, 2 more comments, and then we shall part company, my dear friends. Derby County Fan TV. Love you. I love you, Derby County Fan TV. Says, come on, pig, enough of this De Gea gash cack. Talk about your quivering nerves about visiting the mighty Rams on Thursday. I tell you what, we are shaking in our Predator boots, we are, my friend. There's no doubt about it. You know, we're going to bottle it. In all honesty, mate, I am actually worried about that game. Almost more than I'm worried about the City game in some ways. Obviously, that's not the case. But, you know, if City beat us, they're expected to beat us. To be fair, right now they are. Whereas we're not expected to lose to Derby County, and that would be a big kick in the bollocks and a big knock on the confidence if that does happen. But in all honesty, mate, it's a bit of banter, but we're going to absolutely smash up Derby County. There's no doubt about that. We're going to straight up Robbie Savage, your son. Oh, yeah. That's right. And he actually paid for you. And us. But he was too shit. And so he went to you. And then he was still shit. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Shout out to JP. Shout out to Michael Collins. Shout out to Batman Night Fan. Gungshi, of course. Antonio Zito. I'll just read your comment. That was quite interesting, Antonio. It says, do you think that maybe the coronavirus may actually cancel out the season and stop Scouserpool winning the league? I've heard some speculation about this. I don't think that'll happen. I do think that even if there was a massive outbreak in the UK or in Europe and they had to cancel the rest of the league, they would finish it off at some point. Or maybe they'd screen everyone, all the players, you know, talking about huge amounts of football in this, and then they play it behind closed doors or something. I don't know, probably not that, but I'm sure they would rearrange some of the fixtures and they would do something. But imagine if that happened. Imagine if Liverpool were unable to finish this season and it just got chalked off as one for the history books. It's not fair to do it. Maybe half the sides have been decimated by coronavirus. How can you continue the season when you've got half the teams out with coronavirus infections and stuff? So there's actually some serious sort of weight to it, but I just don't see it happening myself. So thank you to everybody that's got in here tonight. Honestly, you're a bunch of bloody legends. Wasn't expecting half as many of you as there are in right now because it is a very, very late show. But there's more content coming on the channel this week. Thanks to everybody that supports the channel and enables me to make more content these days and improve the channel. You're a bunch of bloody legends. Shout out to the Bacon Brigade, each and every one of you tuning in right now. Smash a cheeky little like on this video before you go. Please help us out on the channel. Help us out with the algorithm as well by coming back and commenting on the video after this is finished. Because obviously everybody in the live chat's a legend, but still come back and get your thoughts in about, even if you want to repeat yourself like JP and say I love Phil Jones and stuff like that. Just come in the not live chat afterwards and get something written down. Oh yeah. Bunch of legends, Ian T, Michael Collins, Nicola Mrs. Piggy, Illy United, Sheila Boy, Matty Rush, Ian T, I've said you again, Gungers, Batman Night Fan, Jarvis Cocker, Matt Lewis, Matt Rush. I tend to repeat myself at the end here. It's kind of difficult. If there's anybody that I've not said, Ice Queen Gamer was in here earlier, Sheila Boy, who else is there? K Wars, Ryan Berber, Spin 9, Kieran Kennedy, everybody else, you know, you're a bunch of bloody legends. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching the channel. I am going to wrap this video up here. It's the end of Monday Analysis. What do you guys think? Come back, have your say. David De Gea, should he be dropped? Should he be given a bit more time? Should he be shown some faith in? Should he be rested? Come back, have your say. Also, let me know in the not live comments who you think your absolute melter of the millennium is in terms of a goalkeeper at United. That's what I want to know. Let's say Premier League era, because going back for United, I'm sure there's been some melters at some point. In fact, if you know some melters pre-Premier League, why not get them in there? But yeah, let's decide. Let's decide who is the biggest goalkeeper melter of Manchester United's millennium. Anyway, I'll see you very, very soon. Take it easy. This is the Pig on Flying Pig United saying thank you very much for stopping by. Like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you very, very soon. Very, very soon. I turned into some sort of like Scotsman or something there. Anyway, I'll see you very, very soon. Learn some lessons. This is the Pig. Take it easy. Come on, United. And we're going to smash up the Rams. Derby County TV. Watch out, sunshine. See you later on. It's time now for the end of the show. End of the show now. Everybody, thank you very much for stopping by again. Chuck a like on it. Subscribe. You're a bunch of absolute heroes. Appreciate everyone who gets in here. Hey, Alex Rudd at the end here. You've made it, sunshine. Arsenal beat Portsmouth tonight. Fair play to you, lad. Thanks for popping in here and getting in a late super chat as well. And there you are, the first person on the list as well. On the Patreon Legend League. I don't know. League table. Legend League table. Rincon, Ikalul, Lucinda Green, Robbo, Legend. Of course. Liam White, Gungshi, Jarvis Cocker, Pete Miller, Wallace Montcroy Stewart, Marshall Gralla, The Saint, Stevie Johnson, Red Devil United 77, Seb the Panda, Mark Dolman. Thanks to everyone that supports the channel on Patreon or becomes a channel member. You're a bunch of heroes. Anyway, I'll see you very, very soon tomorrow. Take it easy. Enjoy the rest of your day, wherever you are in the world. And have a cheeky little bacon sarnie on me. Oh, yeah.